All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at BotBots Series 6 Overcoiled from the Pet Mob. Overcoiled here turns into a King Cobra, which, now that I think about it, you wouldn't really have a king cobra as a pet, would you? And even if you did, you certainly wouldn't buy it at a pet store at a mall. It doesn't make a ton of sense for this one to be in this theme, but whatever. It's a snake. But yeah, the cobra head itself, I think, has some nice detail on it, some nice sculpted detail, and then the pattern there on the crest. It feels like weirdly more detailed than the rest of the body, which is just kind of like a generic spiral that is like super regular. But then this part actually has like texture on the skin, and I don't know. It's kind of like a disconnect there where it's like realistic cobra head, basic cartoon spiral, little odd. Now, this is another one of the BotBots from the Series 6 8 packs that has a couple joints on it that are just so tight to the point of being basically non-functional. The head is, I would guess, is supposed to compress a little bit more than this, so he's not just peeking out. And then, I think it would at least compress enough so that it could still be sitting on the flat surface of the head, but then still have the tail touch the ground, which is not the case. It's kind of just like floating above the ground, and you can still see the eyes there. And then this one arm clearly is supposed to compress more to actually contour the spiral, but just really can't. And then even if it did, there would just be no way to get it back out again, like with a tool. Like there are little fingernail slots there, but there's just no way. With how tight it is now, there's just no way that this would be able to like get out without you ripping your fingernails off. So yeah, that really sucks that this can't like actually compress fully. Whatever. Other than that, it's an all right looking snake mode. Like I said, I feel like the spiral is a little bit weirdly regular, and then the silver patches don't help, and then the snake head looks nice, but that I don't know if that totally saves it. But yeah, in terms of transformation, for the snake head itself, you actually just take it off, and this will be like a little handheld weapon, I guess, in robot mode. It kind of makes me wonder if maybe like they had some sort of like ambition of turning this mold into something else eventually, with like something that would make more sense to have a weirdly regular spiral and then just stick a different thing on the end. But there's no way we're ever getting a BotBots Series 7, so I guess we'll never know. But yeah, then the feet you want to fold out from the underside here. Now this can be a little bit tricky, but it is possible to do without a tool. There we go. It's honestly loosened up a little bit since I first gotten it, where I needed a tool to actually flip those out, but that's not too bad now. And then the arms, they're super tight in there. If you can actually get a grip on them from both sides, you can kind of wiggle it out. It's still honestly really annoying to do, even if it is possible to do it without a tool. Like, just wiggle it out enough. There we go. And then this side, I mean, it's a little bit easier to do this side now because it doesn't actually totally compress up into the body, but same thing, just still, even with it not compressing all the way, really annoying to actually get that out. And then the head, still kind of the same thing. Just wiggle it back and forth. Okay, it's like there's just no reason for the tolerances to be this tight. There we go. And then you can take the little snake head, put it in their hand. And there we have overcoiled in their robot mode. And it's an all right robot mode. I do like the expression on the face, the rest of the Series 6 BotBots. I wish there was like more than one color picking it out, but it's a nice little expression. I think there's some character there. I don't know if the snake head like really totally works as a handheld weapon, because it doesn't really look like a weapon. It kind of just looks like, oh yeah, we didn't have anywhere to put this, so now you can just hang on to it. And I kind of wish that maybe this had been like rotated in a different way, so that the face and the feet were like facing maybe like this direction, so you could actually see the face and the feet. Whereas I don't like that the end bit of the coil kind of covers the feet there. I think it looks a little awkward, but So if articulation wise, the arms can rotate, and that's really all you're getting. Obviously, you can rotate how the cobra head is oriented in their hand, but that's really it. So I don't know. I'd say robot mode probably gets a 3 out of 5. I think that the expression on the face honestly saves it a good amount. It's kind of teetering between 2 and 3, but overall I think it's passable. Alt mode, I think I'll also give a 3 out of 5. Like it's good enough. I think you can tell what it is, but the bits that just like can't fully compress, I think really mess with the look of it. And then again, I don't like how the snake head is super detailed, but then the actual coil is just like super like symmetrical and perfect. It just feels a little off. And then transformation is, I mean, even if I was capable of doing it without a tool, it's still got to be a 1 out of 5. It's still a huge pain. And even if that wasn't actually like the most pain to get from A to B here in this instance, that's because it wasn't compressed fully for the head or one of the arms. So that's still kind of on the transformation, which sucks. Again, it's just another one of those where just like the tolerances did not need to be that tight, and it feels like it would have been an easy fix if they cared enough to like do a QC pass on it, but they didn't. So, that is going to ultimately give Overcoiled a final score of 7 out of 15, which makes them a 1-star BotBot. So yeah, not great. I mean, there's stuff to like about this BotBot, but overall, like the joints being so like super tight just kind of ruins it, because like, and it doesn't have anything else that really so stellar to pull it out of that ditch. So yeah, just kind of ends up being bad at the end of the day, because it's like, fine robot mode, fine snake mode, horrible transformation that just straight up gets to the point of not fully functioning at all. Like, it's like, if this could ever get compressed in there, and I'm absolutely certain it would never be able to come back out again without like sticking in like needle nose pliers into there and pulling it out and then like, marring up the plastic. So yeah, it's just not great. And it's just sad that that some of the last BotBots I'll be looking at are have those problems. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to Overcoiled. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Make sure to check me out on Instagram. That's toys.n.art on Instagram. Without further ado, here we have BotBots Series 6 Overcoiled.